Hey again. So today we are going to be reviewing because you have your health quiz. So I want you to go ahead and take out your health books. Don't worry about your health quiz right now. Take out your health books. And we're going to start at page 5. We're just going to do a quick review. I think this video will just be the review and getting you into the quiz, and then the next video I'm going to do with our lesson for today, because we still have a lesson today too. So, but I want to take the time to review with you since you're home. I just want to make sure, because I know normally every day I would be asking you these questions before every single chapter, and I've asked you some of them, but not like we would normally do, playing our games and all that kind of a thing. So I want you to think carefully as we're asking these, but I want to make sure that I give enough time to ask these questions. So starting on page 5, that's where we started talking about our healthy habits and how to be healthy, right? So the first thing that we talked about is a habit. What is a habit? Something you do without thinking. Very good. It's something that happens biting your nails. You don't think about, oh man, I'm biting my nails, or oh, sucking my thumb like I told you, okay? It's a habit, something you do without thinking about it. Then we talked about our posture. What is posture? Can you say the whole title, the whole definition? Posture is the way you hold your body when you sit, stand, or move about. Okay, stand up and do it with me, because I want you to get that definition. What is posture? Posture is the way you hold your body when you sit, stand, or move about. Okay, that's what posture is. It's how we hold our bodies when we're sitting, when we're standing, when we're moving around. All of that is what our posture is, and we need to have good posture habits. We also talked about the proper way of having good posture. When we're sitting, what should be in line? Ear, shoulder, hip, right? Our ear, shoulder, and waist should all be in a straight line, our hips. So when you're even bending forward, bend from the hips so that you can keep a straight line instead of hunching forward with your back. So we sit with ear, shoulder, hip in a straight line, and then don't cross our feet or our legs. Remember, keep our toes pointed straight forward. So page 8, we've got our comprehension check, and these are some of the questions that we answered, so they're things that we should know. What is something you do without thinking? A habit. Very good. The way you hold your body when you sit, stand, or move. Posture. That's your posture. Make sure you filled these in already. Should have already had those done, so then that way when you're studying for quizzes and tests and things, you already know those answers. How does having good posture help your body? How does that help your body? Well, so look back on page 6, because there's all the answers there. The weight of your body is supported as it should be. Blood can circulate properly, because if we have poor posture, the blood is not circulating. That's why we get pins and needles crossing our knees. We can breathe more easily. Remember, when we hunched over, we couldn't get a good deep breath, but when we stand with good posture, we can breathe deeply. We feel more comfortable. We're more alert. We can sit, stand, or walk without getting tired too quickly. Any of those would have been answers that you could put there. Then we already talked about this as well. Your what should be in line when sitting? Ear, shoulder, hip. Ear, shoulder, hip. Good. And then toes are always forward. They should be pointed forward. We talked about standing correctly. And we said that in order to stand correctly, we need to make sure that our ears, shoulders, waist, knees, and ankles are all in one straight line. So ears, shoulder, waist, knees, ankles. Okay. And then when we're walking, what is important that we have on our feet? Shoes that fit properly, right? Because if we're walking and our shoes are too big, we could get blisters. If they're too small, we're not allowing our bones to grow properly. That is a very important thing. Page 10, can poor posture be fixed? It can. How can poor posture be fixed? You have to practice. And they show you the little girl because it tells you right at the bottom of the page in the little italicized words. Poor posture can become good posture. Like I told you, my Fiend's sister, she's like, I just started practicing holding myself up straight and tall, and I thought that's exactly how you need to do it. Then we talked about posture for work and play, how to bend correctly. We bend from our hips, keeping our back straight. We pull with our leg and arm muscles, right? And we take a step back. So look at page 11. It says if you pull something, bold print words, that's where you start to look. Bend at the knees, place one foot in front of the other and step backwards, okay? Then page 12, pulling correctly. And then it says lean forward with your body in a straight line from your head to the heel of your back foot. And then you can use your arms and leg muscles to push, bold print. And then lifting correctly. When you lift an object, keep your back straight. Bend, instead of bending from your waist, keep your back straight, bend your knees, keep it close to you, and lift up, okay? And then we had our comprehension check on page 12. If you are standing correctly, your ears, shoulders, waist, knees, and ankles will be in a straight line. That's true. Shoes that are tight make it easy to walk correctly. That's false. They make it harder to walk correctly. You can improve your posture with practice. That again is true. So we see it in the book, and then we see it on our comprehension check. I think I need to know those things, right? Then matching. Bend at the knees, place one foot in front of the other, and step backwards for pulling. Very good. Lean forward with your body in a straight line from head to heel for pushing. That makes sense because you feel that. You lean forward, you're pushing. Okay, and then keep your back straight and bend your knees when lifting. Good. Then page 13, this is where we got very specific with our muscles, and we need to remember these terms. Voluntary muscles. Voluntary move when I need them to, when I tell them to. They cannot move on their own. If I don't tell my arm to move, it can't just move, okay? I tell it where to move and how to move and what to do, okay? That's a voluntary muscle. Voluntary muscles move when you want them to, when you need them to. I need my legs to walk forward, okay? There you are. So I need to walk backward. They move when you, voluntary, okay? Involuntary, they're already doing their work on their own. What are some involuntary muscles? Our heart, good. Our eyes, because they blink. Our esophagus is swallowing. Our stomach is digesting. Very good. So our heart is pumping that blood. These are things that we don't have to think about. So they're involuntary. They move without you thinking about them. So know the difference between voluntary, involuntary. Voluntary, you make them move. Involuntary, they do it on their own. Oh, I just breathed. I didn't even plan it, okay? So they involuntary move on their own. Then we talked about exercise. What is exercise? Remember, exercise isn't lifting weights or doing jumping jacks. Exercise is any activity that uses the movement of your body, okay? So when you're sweeping the floor for mom, when you're wiping down the table, when you're making your bed, that's exercise. Exercise is any activity that uses the muscles of your body. Okay, say it. Exercise, any activity that uses the muscles of your body. Then we talked about endurance exercises. And what do endurance exercises do? They strengthen our lungs and our heart. Endurance, think here. We endure with our lungs and our heart because we're breathing and we're jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping. And after a while, we're okay. So endurance exercises are things that you can do to get your heart and lungs just pumping and going, whether it be basketball, whether it be soccer, jumping rope, running, jogging, riding a bike, things that are keeping your heart pumping, dancing, okay? Keep your heart and lungs going. That's what endurance exercises are. So Again, on page 14, what does it say? What we already talked about, exercise is any activity that uses the muscles of your body. It even shows some different ways that you can exercise, okay? Then page 16 are endurance exercises like we talked about. They strengthen your heart and lungs as well as other muscles of your body. Voluntary muscles move automatically. False, right? Those are involuntary. Muscles that move when you want them to are voluntary. Yes, that is true. Work is an excellent form of exercise. That is also true. Exercise is any activity that uses the bones in our bodies. False. What does it use? The muscles. Good. Endurance exercises strengthen your heart and lungs. Yes, that is correct. Good. All right. Page 18. Page 18. So it says there's one bold print term there. What does it say? Get moving. But what does it mean with get moving? It says the key to being active. So what is the key to being active? Just get moving. The best way to be active is just to keep moving, to get moving, start. If you don't start, it's not going to happen. Then we talked about rest and how important rest is. How many hours did we say? 9 to 11 hours of rest each day. So we need a full day of rest each week, but we need to sleep at least 9 to 11 hours each night. What does exercise improve in our bodies? It improves our circulation, remember, because our blood is pumping. What is the key to being active? Get moving. Key to being active is to get moving. What do you need after a day of school, chores, and play? You need sleep, yes. How many hours? 9 to 11. And then how many days a week should we rest? We need to have 1 day of rest a week. Then we started talking about nutrients. Nutrients are substances found in food that help our bodies grow and develop. So that's what nutrients, substances in food that help our bodies grow and develop. And then we talked about the different kinds of nutrients that we get from vegetables and from fruits. So know what are some vegetables? Call them out. Yes. Fruits. Yes. What are some grains that we need to think about? Yes, your breads, your cereals, your rice, your pasta, your oatmeal. Those are grains. What about proteins? That's your your chicken, your fish, meat. That's what I was going to say, meat and fish. So that's why I came up with feet. Anyway, your fish, your meat, your poultry, all of those. So you think of your lean meats, your dried beans, your fish, dairy products, nuts. Those are protein foods, okay? And then we did talk about dairy as well. And dairy is our milk and our yogurt and our cheese, things like that. And then we have to have water. How many glasses? At least 6 glasses of liquids a day. And it would be great if most of those were water, okay? We also talked about a balanced diet. What is a balanced diet? Page 27. All the nutrients necessary that keep you healthy. So a balanced diet is all of those nutrients working together to keep you healthy. And then we did talk about a good lunch, good breakfast, and a good snack and a good dinner. So just reviewing those. But I don't want, because this is already going long, but I want you to listen to this again before you even go to your health quiz, because these are good reviews to go through. And this is why we don't do them every day, because it takes so long. But I want you to review before you take the quiz, okay? And then the next video will be going over your quiz, and the next, like getting you started taking it, and the next couple pages that we're going to do. All right, study carefully. Be ready for this quiz. I know you can do